Daily Heavenly Manna, September 5th. Chosen text from Songs of Songs, 8th chapter, 6th verse. Jealousy is cruel as the grave, the coals thereof are coals of fire, which hath a most vehement flame. Jealousy is one of the great foes that confronts every Christian. It should be slain on the sight as an enemy of God and man and of every good principle. And to the extent that his presence has defiled the heart even for a moment, a cleansing of the spirit of the holiness and love should be invoked. Jealousy is not only cruel monster of itself, but its poisonous fangs are almost certain to inflict pain and trouble upon others, as well as to bring general woe and ultimately destruction upon those who harbor it. Jealousy is sin in thought, wickedness in thought, and is very apt to lead speedy to sin and wickedness in action. The mind, if once poisoned with jealousy, can with great difficulty ever be cleansed from it entirely. So rapidly does it bring everything within its environment to its own color and character. Reprint number 3231. Amen.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're going to really get into a powerful human emotion, one that our source material actually calls a cruel monster.
That's strong language right from the start.
It is. We're looking at the Daily Heavenly Manna today, specifically the entry for September 5th.
A really well-known devotional text.
Exactly. And it kicks off with this intense verse from Canticles 8.6. It says, jealousy is cruel as the grave.
The coals thereof are coals of fire, which have the most vehement flame.
Wow.
Yeah.
So our goal here, for you listening and for us, is to unpack what this text says about jealousy, its nature, its impact.
And really understand why it's framed as such a major adversary.
Right. So jumping right in, how does the source first position this foe?
Well, it's striking because it doesn't just call it a negative feeling. It states quite clearly jealousy is one of the great foes that confronts every Christian.
A foe. That's different, isn't it? It suggests a real battle.
It does. It makes it active, an opponent you have to face, not just an emotion you passively experience. It's something to actively fight against.
So where does this foe come from then, according to the text? Is it something external that triggers it, or?
It points inward. It calls jealousy sin in thought, wickedness in thought.
In thought. So it starts right there inside your mind.
Precisely. Before any action is even taken, it's about that internal corruption first.
Okay.
And crucially, it warns that this internal state is very apt to lead speedily to sin and wickedness in action.
Speedily, so it escalates fast. And from just a thought to potentially harmful behavior.
That's the implication. A very dangerous, quick progression that can impact you and, well, everyone around you.
And the text really leans into describing how destructive it is, right? And it uses some pretty alarming language.
Oh, absolutely. It doesn't hold back. We already mentioned cruel monster, but it also talks about its poisonous fangs.
Poisonous fangs. That paints a picture.
It really does. It suggests something insidious, something that injects venom. And the text says it's almost certain to inflict pain and trouble upon others.
Right. So it hurts other people.
Yes. But it also turns inward. It brings, and this is a quote, general woe and ultimately destruction upon those who harbor it.
So it destroys the person feeling it too. A double-edged sword, kind of?
Exactly. It harms outwardly and corrodes inwardly. It's presented as this universally damaging force.
Given how damaging and maybe how deep-seated it is, starting in thought, does the text talk about how hard it is to get rid of?
It does, and this is quite sobering. It warns the mind, if once poisoned with jealousy, can with great difficulty ever be cleansed from it entirely.
With great difficulty, ever be cleansed entirely. That sounds almost permanent, a really stark warning for you to consider.
It really emphasizes the tenacity, doesn't it? It suggests that once it takes root, it's incredibly hard to fully eradicate.
Why is that? Does it explain the mechanism? How does it get such a grip?
Yeah, it explains it by saying jealousy rapidly brings everything within its environment to its own color and character.
Like it taints your whole perspective.
Kind of like a strong dye, maybe. Once it spills, it just stains everything around it. Your thoughts, your feelings, how you see situations, how you interact with people.
It changes the color of your whole world, essentially.
That's a good way to put it. It reframes everything through its own negative lens.
Okay, so if it's that pervasive, that hard to cleanse, staining everything, what's the recommended course of action? It sounds like you'd need something drastic.
And the text provides just that. It's quite blunt. It says jealousy should be slain on sight.
Slain on sight, like immediately eliminated.
Yes, no hesitation. Treat it instantly as an enemy of God and man and of every good principle. It's an urgent command.
Wow. Okay.
And it goes further. If its presence has defiled the heart even for a moment, the text says a cleansing of the spirit of holiness and love should be invoked.
Invoked. So like actively bringing in the opposite. Consciously choosing love and holiness to fight it.
Exactly. It's not passive.
Yeah.
It requires immediate counteraction, a deliberate spiritual cleansing to push back against that defilement. It implies constant vigilance, really.
So to sort of wrap up our main points here, we've seen how the daily heavenly manna portrays jealousy not just as a bad feeling, but as this active, destructive foe.
Starting in thought, but quickly leading to action, causing widespread harm.
And it's incredibly difficult to get rid of once it takes hold,
Yeah.
potentially altering your entire perception.
Right, coloring everything, which leads to that drastic call to action, slay it on sight.
It really paints a picture of a profound internal struggle.
It certainly does. And maybe a final thought for you to take away. Considering how quickly the text says jealousy can, bring everything within its environment to its own color,
Yeah.
and that stark instruction that it should be slain on sight, well, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Just how vigilant do you need to be moment by moment to guard your own inner peace and stop that insidious spread before it even starts?
That's definitely something to reflect on.